Hello, welcome to my channel. It's been a while. As you can see, my living room looks a little bit different than last time, and that is why I'm doing this video, because I have moved. I bought a little house, and I think it's time for another room tour, room tour. And instead of doing one huge video, I'm going to do several shorter videos. And I'm starting with my living room slash library. So, here we go. Welcome. So we can start here. This is where we enter the room from my kitchen, and it's just a tiny room with lots of books and a little couch and a little chair, and I will start here. I have my moose antlers on the walls. I love flowers. I have them everywhere. And my chair from the 60s. It goes with my couch from the 60s. And my sofa table, antique, from the 60s. I have a brass tray and a light holder in brass, because I love brass. And here is where I sit and watch films and blog and do the internet stuff. We move here, another flower, and bookcases. On the top shelves I have my paperbacks. I have tried to organize them somewhat. Like on the top there are some detective novels, and these are 3 series by Norwegian author Margit Sandemo. And here are some YA and some books by Swedish vintage author Sigge Stark. And I collect these books. They are Reader's Digest sort of young adult children's books. And more paperbacks. You can probably tell this is my favorite book. This is Donna Tartt, The Secret History. I have 4 copies of that. This is my oldest one. It's falling apart. So I have bought new copies because I can't imagine living without a copy of that one. Here are my short stories from Novellix. And here is another series by Norwegian writer. This is by Bente Pedersen. And more paperbacks. These I actually bought because I like the covers. I haven't read them yet. And this is my English paperbacks. Love Hester Brown. I love how pretty they are as well. More English paperbacks. I just finished this series, Witchcraft Mystery Books by Juliet Blackwell, and they're kind of nice. as are these knitting mysteries by Maggie Sefton, because knitting and witchery and such I like. And my Parasol Protectorate books, and a few more paperbacks. And these are girls' books from the oldest one is from the 20s and then up to the 70s. And these are from the 70s for Swedish graphic novels for teenage girls. Another series by Margit Sandemo, Isfolket, the ice folk, ice people. And I have started painting the covers because I think they are pretty ugly. So I'm making them into pieces of art. These are more böcker by Swedish author Seppi Stark. They are really good, I think. If you want books with a vintage vibe, they are the way to go. Here are YA. Oh, here are also gorgeous edition. Terry Pratchett's Discworld books. I don't have all of them, but a few. And I haven't read all of this series. YA, mostly fantasy, and there's some witchy books and more YA. Beautiful edition of Anne of Green Gables, and my collection of Barnes & Noble leather-bound classics, and my collection of Alice in Wonderland, and miscellaneous novels. These are in Swedish. More Swedish novels, and more. Those are more young adult books. And some children's books, a series of unfortunate events. I love these. I have collected them all. Old Barbie books from the 60s. They are fantastic. And some children's books. And magazines. And a window. I love ethnic stuff. This is from India. I bought it out thrifting one night, and I have thrifted most of my stuff. My lamps, my pots, my knickknacks, my furniture, my art. This grandfather clock is actually made by my grandfather, so it's very dear to me. I bought this painting at an auction, Another window I need to get some curtains, but I haven't found the right ones. So there are more flowers, more pots. I make these decoupage pots from 80s white novelty pots, and I cover them with paper. And this I thrifted. I will put a tea light in it this winter. Oh, here is outside. I am putting fence around my house so I can have my dog out. This dog, Lily, because she's very free-spirited. She wants to run away. And here are more books. These 3 shelves are my fact books. So here we go. These are a bunch of vintage books. I collect these vintage calendar books and these vintage calendar books, almanacs. And here are some interior decoration books. There are lots of vintage and retro books. This is my new favorite, The New Bohemians. It's fantastic, lots of beautiful homes and interior books. And these are my books about fashion and style, and part of my vintage ceramic collection and a not so ceramic Buddha. This actually light up. Let's see if you can see it. Oh. And there's a video on my channel. We can see how it lights, and it's really pretty. And these are my craft books. In one of these I actually have a pattern published, and more vintage books. I love these books, housewife encyclopedias, and some of my pretty vintage. And here are a bunch of stuff, and these are my housekeeping books and my Eknatham book support books then, and stuff. Here are books on vintage fashion and vintage style. And here we are going into my witchy books. And there are a bunch of tarot books, and a few on crystals. These are my books about pots and plants, and there are Tutankhamun, and my Christmas books, and more magazines, and art books. And art books, and boxes, and this and that, and DVDs, and more DVDs. These are my DVD boxes, and in these bags I have DVDs because I like how they don't take up a bunch of space. And on the bottom shelves I have cooking and baking books, These books are fantastic, the vintage tea party books. And more boxes and binders. These are my ATC collection binders. And photo albums and magazines and more binders. So, and up here I have quilts and throws and blankets and an owl and a lamp. And yeah, this is it, my living room slash library. So I will be back with more from my house. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.